Yeah, welcome back, everybody. Welcome back to another hot episode of a very special podcast. This is the podcast in which we talk about all your favorite TV series from yesteryear and then discuss it over a cool glass of water. I'm your boy, Patrick M. Dunn, and I'm joined here, as always, by my Colorado queen, Kat Halstead, famed author. Yes, welcome back, girl, WB.
Thank you for that lovely introduction.
Yeah, it's a time of thanks, so I figured I'd be nice this week.
You'd be nice.
I'm going to call you something horrible. There's always 2021.
Let's just make it through 2020 first, man.
And let's make a big announcement that this is my first time recording the podcast as a 39-year-old, question mark?
Yes. You just had your birthday.
In our world, but in your world, it's, I don't know, we're getting ready to carve some turkeys and make some pumpkin pies and cranberry sauce. Bring over a dented can of cranberry sauce to a dinner party.
Right now, people are trying to figure out what the fuck they're supposed to do for Thanksgiving this year.
Oh.
Let's be real.
Really? You think so?
I think so, because, okay, in the real world, we're still trying to figure out what the fuck we're actually going to do for Halloween, you know? Are people going to travel for Thanksgiving? Are they going to have big family dinners?
They are. They will. I have complete faith in traditions, long-standing traditions. So get ready for a brave new Thanksgiving. But before we get into a brave new world of Thanksgiving, I think we should take you back to an old-timey Thanksgiving. What do you think? You want to go back in time?
I think I'm ready to go back in time.
You want to dip back like 31 years back into the past?
Is that how old this is?
Oh, yeah. It's back in a time when phones still had cords attached to them. People still had wallpaper on their walls. Horrible hairstyles.
The wallpaper's making a comeback.
Well, pardon me, Jesus Christ.
But it's not like the grandma patterns anymore. It's like geometrical patterns. Instead of like flowers and birds and the wallpaper that haunts my nightmares that was in like 4 houses I lived in.
So is this wallpaper comeback? Is this something that you saw in Goop? Is it in a goop.com article?
No.
Oh.
I've seen it on like Pinterest and on YouTube design videos and stuff.
Oh.
But like now they make removable wallpaper.
I mean, isn't it all removable?
No. Well, no. It's like stuff that if you live in an apartment, you're not using like paste. It's just like a vinyl sticker kind of thing.
How does it not fall down? Or like furl up?
Because it's like a sticker, but it's not like the permanent paste that you would have to use back in the day.
You have to go to Home Depot and get that weird spray that stinks and dries out your hands if you're not properly wearing gloves.
I take it you have experience in wallpaper.
Oh, yeah. I sure do. As a matter of fact, I think I just ended up painting over it one time. I got some like oil paint. I got a pro tip. I got a pro tip by the paint lady at Home Depot. One hot summer. Maybe 2016-ish? I don't know. If you're a Home Depot employee from 2016 and you're listening to this and you remember telling me this, give us a jingle. We'd love to hear from you.
What was your pro tip?
What the fuck are we doing today? Enough of this fucking wallpaper corner.
What was your pro tip?
You paint over it with oil paint.
I just thought there was like more to it.
I'm sure there was, but I can't remember. This is like 5 years ago.
Okay.
Or more. I don't know. You know what? Maybe I'll make a YouTube video explaining how to paint over wallpaper for our home files out there. Construction corner.
Watch Patrick try to be macho.
Oh, yeah. If I'm going to be macho, I'm going to be wearing a Randy Savage Macho Man costume. Oh, yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
We got to move on. We got to stay on schedule. We got to stay on our timestamps. Because we keep getting angry letters that we take too long to get to ours.
Well, we got another one?
We got one like a long-ass time ago, but I just keep thinking about it.
To be fair, I listened to that episode that person complained about when we were totally talking about the show. They just didn't understand that we were.
I mean, they specifically... All right. It's the My Two Dads episode. Our girl Emma Sams tweeted out the link to the episode. And then one of her, like, legion of fans immediately replied was like, ugh, I tried to listen to this for 20 minutes and I just couldn't sit through it. Thank you. Fucking, I'm sure you're a real treat too. You know what? I went through her fucking feed too, and like she just complains about everything. She's just fucking,
oh, okay.
There's a cloud in the sky. She's like that kind of lady.
Oh, okay.
There's a toad in my garden. Yeah, there's always toads in gardens. Jesus Christ. That's what they do. They live in gardens. Haven't you ever seen Wind in the Willows? I have no idea if that involves a garden, but
Oh my god, Patrick, what am I gonna do with you?
I have no idea. All right, what are we doing today? What wild world are we dipping back into for the first time doing a non-Halloween episode?
We decided to jump on back in, to the world of Roseanne. It's the year 1989. It's Thanksgiving.
Yes, we're going back to season 2.
Yes.
This episode is like an episode or two after their very first Halloween episode. So this is us dipping back into the first year of the pod.
I know.
In a way. In a weird way. We're going back. We're going back in time.
We have to go back!
Alright, so tonight's episode is called We Gather Together.
Mm-hmm.
It aired on Tuesday, November 21st, 1989. And I must tell you, I think we're going to get a rare Cat 5 in agreement that this is a hot night of television. I'm just throwing it out there.
That's a lot of pressure, Patrick.
I don't know. I feel like everything we've ever talked about on this podcast was on tonight, plus some.
Oh my.
Plus some. Plus we got a big special. We got a big special that I know for a fact that you might not have been watching then, but you'd watch it now.
Okay. I'm really curious. I am super curious what was on this night of television, because you have just sold it way hard.
All right, so we're gonna start off with ABC, our boys at the Alphabet. It's a night of heavy hitters. It's a night of fucking mainstays. Things kick off at 8 o'clock. Any hot guesses? It's a show we've done before.
Suki Hauser.
It asks a very important question in the title of the series.
Oh, who's the boss?
Oh yeah, tonight, who's the boss? It's probably nearing its end, I think.
We still got like 3-4 years.
Okay.
Because it ended the same year as it. Who's the Boss and Growing Pains ended the same night. I want to say it was like 1993.
Really? It was on that late?
I think so. 92, 93.
I don't know. I'm gonna say 91. I'm just gonna throw that out there.
Its last final air date was April 25th, 1992.
Okay, that was Growing Pains. What about Who's the Boss? Because I feel like you're wrong. I feel like you're wildly incorrect.
I'm pretty sure that they aired the same night. April 25th, 1992.
Ugh.
Boom. Mic drop.
Pat was wrong.
I have a very vivid memory of watching the two shows together. I think they each got like an hour and a half or something.
Did they start the fucking night off at like 6 o'clock?
No, they started at like, it was on like a Saturday night or something.
I don't know. I think you're making this shit up. What fucking sitcom would get a fucking 90-minute send-off?
I mean, I feel like if it wasn't 90 minutes, they each got an hour, but I'm pretty sure. I could be wrong, but...
You're gonna be putting fucking 11-year-old me up to 11 o'clock at night. And I don't think that was fucking happening. It probably was, but...
on a Saturday? Maybe.
I think you're wildly mistaken. Find the running time for the last episode of Who's the Boss. I need to know. We need to know. You know what? We need to have like a poll. An online poll.
This is so hard to navigate now.
I don't know. I feel like I can get this faster than you can. Hold on a second.
It was probably an hour because MacGyver ended its run the same night.
Yeah. Jesus Christ, Cat Al said the other day. Fucking 2 shows, 2 fucking beloved sitcoms, each got a 90-minute episode on the same night. Like, that doesn't even fit the fucking schedule on block.
Well, it could have if MacGyver wasn't on, but they all ended the same night.
Ugh. Good riddance.
Forgive me.
All right,
I'm going off a memory from when I was freaking 11 years old, man.
All right, you ready for ABC 8:30? You ready for a hot night at the 8:30 slot?
Yeah, what was on at 8:30?
We've done this show too. The Wonder Years. Ooga.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we got Who's the Boss? The Wonder Years.
And then following this little fun little hour, we get our gal Roseanne. She's coming in heavy tonight.
Okay.
Second season. She's the queen of the hour, I'm guessing.
Okay.
Any hot guesses at what's following Roseanne?
I want to say Coach.
You got it, girl. And then as a cake topper on the night.
China Beach.
No, China Beach is not on tonight. I feel like you're kind of close. It's a primetime soap. One that I don't think I've ever actually seen it, but I know enough about it. I wouldn't win any trivia contests with the show.
Falcon Crest?
No. But I could tell you that Ken Olin is in the show.
Yeah, you're not helping me here. I'm
30-something. Jesus Christ, girl.
Oh, the whiny people. Okay.
Yeah, the whiny people.
The redhead guy who played Christie's dad in the Babysitter's Club movie from the late 90s. Okay.
All right, we're gonna skip over CBS for right now because I think CBS is this is a special event on tonight on CBS.
Oh, okay.
Sound Light. Speaking of like really long television blocks, they left it for this. You want to head over to the Peacock?
Yeah, what's happening on the Peacock?
Any guesses? It's not sitcoms. It's actually a night of dramas. A night of 3 dramas.
LA Law is going to be one of them.
Nope. You're wrong, girl. You're wrong.
Homicide.
Homicide's not even on yet. That doesn't touch like 93.
Okay. Jeez, I'm just trying to think of like dramas from NBC, and I can't think of any.
All right. Things are kicking off with your grandparents' favorite show, Matlock. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Our boy, fucking Andy Griffith, Sullivan. No, he's a lawyer, right?
He's a lawyer, yeah.
Okay. What I always think is, well, I guess he, like, does reveal the killer at the end of the hour, right?
Like, so, like, Matlock is one of those things where, like, they're always, like, he's got his little law firm and his little buddies. They're always trying to put the pieces of whatever case they're working together to, like, prove the innocence or whatever.
It's like a modern-day Perry Mason, but an older guy.
Yeah. I mean, it's pretty much the exact same thing, is my understanding.
NBC 9 o'clock, you'll never guess it. In the Heat of the Night, a show that we've talked about doing for a long time.
Okay.
We haven't yet put on the list, but
one day we're just gonna visit Carol O'Connor down south.
Yeah, on like a hot, steamy night in July. It's like 110% humidity. There's mosquitoes everywhere. And I don't know, giant crocodiles and water moccasins. And we find a body in the bayou. I don't know, I feel like that's like every episode opens up with a body in the bayou.
I have no idea. I've literally never seen it.
If I watch, it's on Amazon Prime. I might throw an episode on tonight. If there is not a body in the bayou, I don't know, I will like cancel this podcast. I'll replace myself with Dream Man. Because he's in town still.
No, he's not.
Oh, he left? He's gone?
He left. He's back in LA.
Well, you know what? Nev Campbell's around, I think. They're working on Scream 5. We'll get her instead. I've never heard of this show that's on at NBC 10 o'clock, but it was on for 4 years. And it sounds kind of exciting. I don't know. Have you ever heard of a show called Midnight Caller?
No.
This starred Gary Cole.
Yeah.
You familiar with Gary Cole? He played the dad on the Brady Bunch movie and
yeah,
I don't know, some other things here and there. He played a guilt-ridden ex-policeman who ends up becoming an all-night radio talk show host to help troubled people.
Like, is that really a thing?
It was in 1989. This was on for 4 goddamn years. 4 hot seasons of Gary Cole giving advice.
I don't know. I feel like most radio shows are just kind of like basically pre-recorded for the most part, it seems.
I don't know. I feel like in the late 80s, early 90s, though, you know, they actually had some guy in the studio. You're thinking of today, like Jack FM and stuff.
Yeah.
Mike FM. They had the next 6 years of of like radio banter recorded.
Yeah, pretty much. Like, that's how I feel like I listen to like the local people and I'm just like, yeah, sure.
I mean, this is basically like Loveline. Like,
yeah.
So I don't know, you're like here talking like this is like an impossible scenario. And like this literally was like Dr. Drew and Adam Carolla for like 10 plus years.
True. I don't know. I think 2020 Cat. Well, I mean, I guess it depends on what kind of problems. Like, is he solving their, like, relationship issues? Or is he solving, like, murder?
Well, I'm gonna kind of throw an idea of what they may have been talking about because there is controversy surrounding this show. You ready?
Ooh, yes.
Straight from the Wikipedia page. In the 1988 episode, After It Happened, a bisexual man is depicted as an AIDS carrier who deliberately infects heterosexual women. As originally conceived, the man is gunned down in a vigilante-style murder by one of the women that he infects. And a medical team in full hazmat suits comes to take his body away as Gary Cole's character comforts the distraught shooter. They ended up changing the series in the broadcast version because people were like marching the streets and protesting and like disrupting filming of the show.
Wow.
And a San Francisco NBC affiliate, they actually ran a disclaimer before the show with a hotline number, and they aired a half-hour live special after Midnight Caller during which activists and public health officials aired their grievances about the episode.
Wow.
Yes, so that is Midnight Caller. And this was like in the first season of the show, so it's not like the show got yanked from the air because it was on for 3 more years after this.
Just wow.
Does that answer your question? Does that answer your
Yeah, it's basically both together.
love advice / murder / vigilantes? I don't know.
Like, you know what? I remember when, like, back in the day on the soap operas, there was always, like, a character who worked in radio.
I mean, it's no longer a glamorous career. I mean, look at us. We're fucking doing it. Ugh.
Well, yeah, now, like, I remember when One Life to Live tried the whole, like, online Hulu version, they had Bo and Nora doing, like, a podcast on, like, Blog Talk Radio or something.
Isn't the one of the characters on, I want to say Riverdale has a podcast? Oh, no. Hold on. It's Scream. It's the Scream MTV series. Instead of Gail Weathers, it's a girl who comes into town and she has a podcast.
Oh.
A true crime podcast.
Oh my gosh.
Are you ready for the cake topper to all of this? To everything?
All right, give me CBS.
All right, tonight, all night long, all the way up until the news, 8 o'clock all the way on. Any guesses first off? Any hot guesses?
This is like a 3-hour block?
A 3-hour block, yes. It's not sports. It's not sports. It's a hot special. A super hot special. The hottest special in town.
I mean, I don't know, because Wednesday night they would be airing Wizard of Oz.
Not tonight, though. Not on Tuesday.
I don't know.
Tonight we get part 2, yes, part 2 of Judith Krantz Presents Till We Meet Again.
Oh my god, that's one of my favorite books.
Tell us about Till We Meet Again. Give us a hot scoop. Give us the hot scoop on that.
Oh, this is the one that has Hugh Grant in it and Courtney Cox, and they're brother and sister.
Yeah, and Mia Sara and Michael York and Maxwell Caulfield.
Oh my god, I love.
It's a movie that involves romance, war, danger, and my favorite, family intrigue.
Oh my god, like...
You ready for the official, TV Guide summary?
Yeah, give me the TV Guide summary.
Alright, the story revolves around Eve, Delphine, and Freddie. They're 3 young gals who are looking to get themselves set up in a world that changes quickly. Along the way, they find romance and become swept up in war, danger, and my favorite, family intrigue. And it, I guess it takes place over a span of years between 1913 and 1952.
Yeah, it takes place over a really long period of time. Like,
we get to see a world at war. It's a world at war. Twice?
Yeah.
Twice. Yeah, twice.
Yeah, you get to see 2 world wars. You get to see...
Maybe the Korean War? Who knows?
Courtney Cox flying a plane and falling in love with Barry Bostwick. He's like the older guy she shouldn't be with.
Barry Bostwick?
Yeah, he's like the stud. Like, this is part of the period of time where Barry Bostwick was like the hot stud. And I'm sorry, Barry Bostwick, that I'm laughing. It's just...
Didn't we go over this one time before? Like, we had a hot, Barry Bostwick block.
I think we did, because we were talking about how in Judith Krantz's Scruples he plays Spider, and in the update that ABC never aired, they had Chad Michael Murray as Spider.
Oh yeah, Judith Krantz.
So I just want to point out that Barry Bostwick and Chad Michael Murray are both supposed to be oozing sex appeal.
Oh yeah.
On the same level.
All right, hold on. We got Cat Hall said, the author. She's eating a little picnic by a cliff, and she sees her favorite Judith Krantz actors, Barry Bostwick and Chad Michael Murray. Is that his name? Chad Michael Murray?
That's Chad Michael Murray.
Chad Michael Murray. They're battling near a cliff. They're fighting over who's going to get to play Spider in the Scruples update, in the next Scruples movie, and they both fall over. Kat's only got the upper arm strength to pull one up because she's 39 and old and rickety now. So she can only pull up one.
Fuck off! Fuck you!
Who are you going to pull up? Who are you going to pull up to safety?
I'm saving Barry Bostwick.
Whoa! I wish you asked me if I was sitting down.
Listen.
I just got...
Chad Michael Murray has to pay for that role on Riverdale.
What? He's on Riverdale?
Dude, he was a cult leader on Riverdale. And then he tried to take off in a rocket. I swear to God, I'm not making this.
This is wild.
You can ask Steven. Message Steven right now. I'm not making this up. It's totally a thing that happened, and it was insane.
Was Chad Michael Murray ever on Riverdale? And who did he play?
Oh my god, I can't wait for him to reply to you.
All right, so we'll wait. We'll wait for the answer. Hopefully, we get it within the hour. Hopefully, we get the answer within the hour. But hold on, before we get that burning question responded to, on a scale of 1 out of 5, firm Barry Bostwick buttocks, how many firm Barry Bostwick buttocks would you give tonight's episode?
We haven't even gotten to the episode.
I meant the whole night of television. I'm sorry, the whole night.
I'm gonna give the whole night a 4.
What?
Because NBC is this weird, weak, crazy link.
Oh, they're like the fucking vortex that's just sucking in all the suck.
Like, I'm not feeling NBC, but I'm feeling ABC and CBS. Like, dude, I've watched this movie on YouTube. I had to, like, track it down. It was not easy to find.
So when was the first time you ever saw this movie? Were you a child? Or were you a woman of a certain age?
I was a grown-ass adult. I, like, watched it, probably 5 years ago.
Okay.
Like, after I had read the book, I, like, tracked it down on YouTube. And, like, it was hard to find. The only thing more difficult to find than this is, like, all of Scruples.
Yeah, you've been on the hunt for it, right? You've been on the dashing hunt. Maybe Amazon Prime will get it. Who knows?
Oh, God.
We'll write a letter.
I can only dream.
Maybe we can write a letter to the Judith Krantz estate. Maybe they'll send you a copy. Maybe Barry Bostwick will fucking deliver it himself.
No, I'm telling you, Barry Bostwick was in, like, all of Judith Krantz's movies back in the day. Like,
yeah, she had a boner for him, huh? She was, like, all about that guy.
I guess. Because, yeah, like, if I look at his filmography, I know he was in, whoa, he's got 182 things just for an acting.
It's been a long time since I've seen a picture of Barry Bostwick. And, like, Barry Bostwick today just cracks me up. I don't know why.
Like, that's the thing, is, like, when I think Barry Bostwick, I think Barry Bostwick now, not, like, Brad Barry Bostwick.
I love it.
From Rocky Horror Picture Show.
This is fucking great. All right.
Okay.
We'll save our Barry Bostwick corner, Barry Bostwick block for another night. Maybe when we do Spin City. Maybe when we do Spin City.
Yeah.
All right. You ready? You ready to get into this wild world of 1989 Roseanne? Back in the day.
Yes, let's talk.
Before she was a millionaire.
Let's talk old school Roseanne.
Early ass Roseanne. Before the facelift. Before the boob jobs. Before the tummy tucks. Before it all. She was just a blue collar gal. Living in a man's world.
Okay, before we, like, fully get into it, I just want to say, I feel like this is a very, like, real depiction of, like, a family Thanksgiving.
Oh, yeah. We're not getting, like, that Leave It to Beaver shit of, like, the family, like, hugging and loving each other and, like, sharing peace and love. No, we get, like, everyone's miserable as fuck
Like,
tonight.
a real Thanksgiving.
Nobody wants to be there. Roseanne waking up at 5 a.m. in the morning, delivering a voiceover. Is this like the first time we ever get a voiceover narration on the show?
I don't know if it's the first time. It happens just once in a while. Like, there's an episode in season 3 where she does it, like the PMS episode.
Okay, all right.
But yeah, like, it happens once in a while, but it's very prevalent in this episode.
Yeah, so she's up. It's early in the morning. She fucking had to wake up before all the kids woke up.
She had to wake up before everybody. Like, okay, put it like Dan's in bed. He's all cozy.
Yeah.
He's probably, like, hogging the whole bed at this point.
Yeah, you know what? And I wouldn't even say Roseanne got up at like 5. She probably like woke up at 3 and just fucking laid there and listened to Dan snore for like 2 hours.
Yeah.
Maybe felt like his boner against her fucking ass cheeks or something.
Yeah, so it's a thing where, because they're going to have dinner at, like, 1 o'clock in the afternoon or whatever.
Yeah.
They have to be up, like, super fucking early to make this damn bird.
Yeah, and I'm going to say that Roseanne's probably not the best, like, big family meal preparer.
Meal prepare? Well, I mean, look at the other options in the family.
You got Jackie, who fucking is a hot mess.
Jackie can't even get a goddamn can of cranberry sauce. You know, and Roseanne's mom, no. I feel like she'd accidentally poison everybody. So Roseanne, you know, she gets up early. She's got her hair in her curlers. She's trying to get this bird ready to go in the oven.
She's wearing her ugly, like, sweatsuit.
Yeah, she's like still in her pajamas.
Yeah, but she's wearing like the sweatpants and like the graphic sweatshirt.
Yeah.
That you get at, I don't know, like the Kmart or something. It's a blue light special.
Yeah, Kmart in 1989. You know, she's like half asleep. She's trying to get the stupid bird ready to go in the oven. And, you know, Jackie stumbles into the house.
I'm going to say she was up all night. I'm going to say that bitch was zoned all night.
There is no way that Jackie woke her ass up early. Jackie was at the Lobo until closing.
Yeah, and then maybe over some guy's house
Maybe
after.
she sat at an IHOP for a little while.
Yeah, sat there staring at a fucking endless glass of coffee. Just questioning her life choices up to that moment.
Because she's like, I gotta be up early, I gotta go to Roseanne's, I gotta get this stupid cranberry sauce.
Yeah, and she probably went by like the 7-Eleven or whatever like the Lanford equivalent is.
Yeah, she probably just like dropped into the 11 to 7 or whatever and picked up the first can of cranberry sauce she saw. No, like, giving not a single fuck about how many people this one can is supposed to feed.
Yeah, and then she drops it. She drops it on the way out of the store and gets a big ass dent on it. And I love when she gets to Roseanne's house and Roseanne's like, "Did you bring the cranberry sauce?" And like you figured like she'd have it in a bag or something. No, she pulls it out of her fucking like sweatshirt pocket. Just fucking
out of the kangaroo pocket. She's like, "Here."
Yeah. And she fucking slaps it on the counter.
And you can tell Jackie's just like searching to go find a place to lay down and pass out.
Oh yeah. And Roseanne's like, there's 12 people, maybe more here tonight.
Yeah.
You think this can is gonna feed all these people? She's like, oh, well, I just won't have any.
Yeah, it's like, Jackie, that's not how this works.
Oh, I love it. I'm Jackie.
Like,
I'm Jackie.
What if the only thing DJ is willing to eat that year is the cranberry sauce? So Roseanne just like is like, whatever. This will make Mom happy because she keeps calling and asking what she can bring. Just the thought of the mom and Jackie is just like, ugh.
And Roseanne's just, you know what? Our shitty family member Jackie literally brought one dented can of cranberry sauce. Can you just bring some more cranberry sauce? And we only hear Roseanne's side of the conversation. She's like, no, not rolls. We have plenty of rolls.
Well, I have rolls, Mom. I just need the cranberry sauce. I just need a can of cranberry. The kind we get every year, Mom. Roseanne is definitely not sitting there making cranberry sauce from scratch.
Oh, no.
You know?
It's the canned jellied shit. That's, you know what?
Yeah.
I'm going to throw those out there. I prefer that.
Oh, yeah. I mean, if I'm going to have fresh cranberry, it's got to be in a relish form with orange and sugar.
Is that going to be on in the kitchen with Kat this holiday season?
It could be if I find a food processor for cheap.
She can literally get like a Black & Decker one at Walmart for like $7.
Yeah.
Add it to your cart. Add it to the cart.
I feel so like called out.
So then there's a part, I guess now it's like a few hours later, right? It's like,
So it's a few hours later, that's when the mom calls again. Roseanne's like, oh yeah, I just need cranberry sauce. No, cranberry sauce, Mom. And Jackie's like getting out of the shower and she's like awake and perky now.
Yeah, and then, Dan comes in the house and he's all dirty, covered in mud. And this is my favorite part of the episode. He comes in, he's playing like flag football with his buddies. Mm-hmm. And he's all amped up. He's probably like pounded like 6, Miller Lights by this point.
Yeah.
And he charges into the living room. He literally charges into the living room, picks up the couch. It like flips over. And then it lands back down again. I was like, whoa. I can't even like move the couch to vacuum next to it.
How heavy is that couch? Because
that thing just got like tossed around like it was, I don't know, like 2 pounds. Like it had no weight to it.
Like I was kind of like, really, Rosie? You needed Dan to do that?
Oh, it was great. I thought that was fucking great. And then, so Jackie and Roseanne, they get to talking. They're kind of, Roseanne's kind of like putting her on the spot. She's like, so you're going to tell Mom that you're a policewoman now? Yeah. Yes, this is the year that Jackie's a policewoman. I guess this is like a new development, right? Hot off the press.
Yeah, this is a very recent, like she had just graduated.
Yeah.
Because she had just graduated like before Halloween, I believe.
Oh, really?
Because in Boo, they're talking about the pranks and and Jackie starts talking about the stuff they used to do to people who didn't have any candy. And Roseanne goes, "Really, officer?"
Oh, yeah, yeah. Okay. Yeah, so this is probably a few weeks after she finally got accepted to the Lanford Police
Yeah.
Department, which I still think is fucking hilarious. Like, Jackie blows my mind. It still blows my mind all these years later.
I love how entertained you are by that.
I don't know. We just got to picture all of her jobs. What, season one, she works at the plastic factory. She's making fucking widgets, plastic widgets, and gizmos.
It was like plastic silver. It was like plasticware, like forks and spoons and knives.
And then she becomes a policewoman, and then it's just like, oh, all of a sudden she like runs a fucking diner. Like, oh, I love it. I stand. How? Hold on. I have a very important question. I don't know if we've ever asked this question before on the podcast, but
Okay.
how? Oh, hold on. Is that Steven with the answer to your question? Calling it?
I don't think so.
My important question. My very important question about Roseanne that I don't think we've ever asked.
Okay.
In this particular episode of Roseanne, we gather together November 21st, 1989.
Mm-hmm.
How old, or roughly, how old are Roseanne and Jackie supposed to be?
I would put Roseanne at approximately 35, 36.
Okay, and Jackie's older?
No, Jackie's younger.
Okay, so Jackie's like 33?
Yeah, I'd say 33, 30, depending.
Okay, alright. Wow. It's, I don't know. Blows my mind.
Yeah.
I'm on the other side of that fence now. Looking down at Jackie. Roseanne's kind of like pressuring Jackie to tell the mom, Viv, that's her name, right? Viv? Bev. What the fuck, I think her name was Viv. I don't know, sorry. Pressuring Jackie to tell Bev that she's now a policewoman, and Jackie's like, no, like, she's gonna lose her shit. She's like, you know what, she thinks I should have this, I don't know, typical lady job.
No. Jackie wants to tell her mom. Roseanne doesn't want her to cause the drama at the dinner table.
Okay, sorry, Mr. I watched this in the middle of the night.
Why are you watching stuff in the middle of the night, Patrick? Golly.
Podcast purposes. All right, so then Jackie kind of like pushes it back to Roseanne. She's like, well, you gonna tell Bev that you got her and Dad a hotel, not even a hotel, a motel to stay in for the night?
Yeah.
I'm gonna throw this out there. That totally makes sense. There's already like, it's not that big of a house, and there's already like a shitload of people that live there. Where the fuck are the parents gonna sleep?
On the couch, because it folds out. That's why it's heavy and she needs Dan to move it, because it's a fold-out couch.
Okay.
But it's Lanford. I highly doubt Lanford has, like, a double tree. They probably just have, like, maybe a couple of local motels that are, like, family-owned kind of thing. Have been there, like, since the 50s or whatever. You know, a nice little place to stop along the way if you had to, if you're, like, driving through. You know?
You're on your way to, I don't know, Chicago, and you're like, I don't know, a little behind on schedule or something, and you're like, hey, you know what, why don't we just spend the night here? And you get off the interstate, you roll into this little town of Lanford, and you see the first little, like, motel, and it's probably, what, like 6 or 7 rooms, maybe? Not even, I doubt even that.
I think the Lanford Motel, like, or Motor Inn or whatever it's called, has, like, a nice restaurant.
Yeah, they talk about getting breakfast in the morning later on. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's not like the worst place to go. Like, and I feel like maybe back in 1989, it's probably way better than like what we're thinking of in a 2020 mindset.
I'm gonna guess. All right, this is gonna be the featured amenities of this motel. It's got cable TV with free HBO.
Yes.
It's got, you put a quarter of the bed and it vibrates. It's got the continental breakfast in the lobby. You get, I don't know, I'm going to guess they have a toaster oven.
Probably, something like that.
And you can get some toast. And they have one of those, like, waffle makers in there, too. Those are the 3 amenities. And maybe in the summer they have a little pool in the back. So the kids can swim while the mom and dad are playing on the vibrating bed. Watching real sex on HBO.
Yeah. I mean, it's totally like the kind of place that exists so that like family can come into town and visit. But the houses in Lanford are probably not like large houses with a lot of extra space.
Now, this is back in the day when like parents had like popped out like 8 kids at a time.
Yeah.
Because we already got like we got 3 Connor kids, and they're all like within a few years of each other.
Yeah.
And Becky and Darlene have to share a room, I think, right?
Yeah, Becky and Darlene share a room. DJ has his own room. And then the kids share a bathroom.
Roseanne and Dan's room's on the bottom floor. We know that.
Yeah.
So there's only 2 bedrooms upstairs?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. And then when Jackie comes over, when she's hungover, and she passes out DJ's bed while he's downstairs playing with Crystal's kid.
Yeah, I don't know where Jackie's passed it. I don't know if she just passed out in the girls' room or what.
Nah, she would. DJ was up. I feel like DJ was up. He was probably watching. I don't know, Underdog.
DJ was probably up waiting for the parade to start.
Yeah, it's just like the pre-parade cartoons.
Watching the Today Show because he doesn't know any better.
And Aunt Jackie just fucking passes out, and DJ's like race car sized bed, like the little like race car bed.
Yeah, so
all curled up in the fetal position.
you know, Roseanne talks to the mom and gets her to bring the cranberry sauce, and then they start getting things set up, and then people start showing up.
Yeah, so we kind of get all the staples, all the early season Roseanne staples show up. I love it.
We get Crystal and her son Lonnie.
Yep, Lonnie. Shout out to Lonnie.
Like, Crystal just like disappears after she marries Dan's dad. We see her like one more time.
I know, this is kind of like the humble beginnings of this, right?
Yes, this is like the start of the Crystal and Dan's dad stuff.
Ooh, I stand. Is Crystal older than Roseanne?
No, Crystal is the same age as Roseanne.
Okay.
They like went to high school together.
I always like kind of like pictured her as like an older friend, like a few years older.
No, Crystal, the thing is, Crystal is divorced twice and widowed once.
Okay.
So she hasn't had the best luck in the marriage department.
All right. Yeah, I see it. I mean, it's Lanford. You don't get like the pick of the fucking crop in this town.
Yeah, you get what you get.
I mean, I guess George Clooney's probably like what, like the catch of Lanford.
Pretty sure Booker was the catch.
Yeah, Booker. Shout out to Booker. Not on this episode, by the way.
Crystal and Lonnie come over. Roseanne's mom and dad come over.
A rare dad appearance.
Yes, this is actually the last time we see the dad.
Okay. Is this the first and last time?
I think there's like one other episode where he shows up.
Okay.
Like, I think the parents came and visited in another episode. But this is the last time we see the dad.
Yeah, he's like Marja's mother of the show. Like, you never see him.
And it's so weird because they like completely... They later on do the whole, like, he was abusive and he had an affair. And I'm just looking at this guy, I'm like, who's sleeping with him?
He is...
Besides Bev.
He's so beaten down in this episode, too. Like, he's...
Yeah.
You can just tell it's been years of living with Bev.
Yeah.
Just fucking living under her roof.
Dealing with her BS.
He's got no fucking energy left. That's the vibe I got from him. I didn't see him as this, like, horrible person that we come to hear about in later episodes of this series.
And we get...
But who knows?
Dan's dad, of course.
It could have been a facade.
We do get Dan's dad, of course. And we get a very, very rare... The first appearance of Dan's mother, Audrey.
Yes, and her...
And the only time it is played by this actress.
Okay, because I was going to be like, I didn't recognize this woman. I was like, I remember Dan's mom from episodes, but...
The only other time his mom shows up is in, like, a final season episode played by Debbie Reynolds.
Yeah, oh, yeah, that's right.
Yes.
I'm going to throw this out there. Dan's mom, not my favorite, not my favorite of the grandparents. Kind of boring.
Yeah, she just kind of existed, and we never saw her again until...
You know what?
They decided to have her go crazy.
You know what? The only reason why she came this year is because she knew that Dan's dad was going to be there, and she, like, I don't know, she just fucking met some fucking George Hamilton lookalike somewhere, and just was like, I'm going to bring...
George Hamilton?
I don't know. He had, like, that tan. He had that, like, George Hamilton tan going on.
Okay, yeah, like, because she brings this, like, she unexpectedly brings a guy to dinner.
Yeah, I love that she comes into the house and is, like, talking to everyone for a few minutes, and then she's like, oh, yeah, I brought somebody. And then she's like, she opens the door, she's like, come on in. Like, he just sat outside uncomfortably for, like, 5 minutes.
Oh, yeah.
Waiting for the cue to walk in.
Like, waiting to make sure, like, the son didn't freak out or something.
Yeah, you know what? I feel like she made up, like, a persona for him, too. Like, you know what? He's probably just... like a nobody.
Do you think this was all like one of those Hallmark movie scams?
Like she hired a guy?
Where she's like, pretend to be my boyfriend for Thanksgiving dinner. Make my son think I'm doing okay.
It's like a Steve Martin, Goldie Hawn scenario. Yeah, she just like hired this guy. She put an ad up in the local paper in the town she lives in. Mm-hmm. And she paid him like $100 to come. Not only do you get $100, you get like a free mail.
That just made me think of something. Roseanne's parents moved out of Lanford. Dan's parents both moved out of Lanford. Like, that seems odd to me that, like, both sets of parents moved out.
Yeah, I was thinking about that because they Roseanne and Dan met in high school and they never left the town they lived in. And I just always thought it was kind of weird that the parents left. But then I feel like Bev like lived closer in later seasons.
Bev moves back to Lanford
Okay, because I'm like,
after the divorce.
yeah, because I'm like, that bitch just shows up like every fucking 10 minutes.
Bev moves back. She's the original partner in the lunchbox.
Okay, she's the one with the money. She's got the cash.
She sells her share of the business to Leon.
Okay.
Bev holds on to owning the building, though.
Oh.
That's how in the Connors, Becky and Jackie are able to open the lunchbox again in the same location.
Oh shit, they reopened the lunchbox?
Yeah.
You know, I had such hopes for Darlene getting out of town. I don't know, making it on her own. Instead, she comes back. Her mom's a drug addict, overdoses, and then she fucking opens up the diner that she fucking slaved over for like the last 20 years of her life.
Well, Darlene doesn't even open it. It's Becky and Jackie.
Oh, I thought you said Darlene. I'm sorry. Well,
I said Darlene originally, and then I corrected myself.
Okay.
But Darlene is like the power of attorney over Bev's stuff, so she had to like be convinced to do this.
I refuse to believe that the Connors is real. I think it's like a fictional universe.
I mean,
that Roseanne created because she hates her family.
Alcoholic Becky.
Yeah.
David left Darlene.
Jackie's just as crazy and dated fucking Mr. Sarah Jessica Parker. Matthew Broderick.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that.
I was like, I can't think of that fucking guy's name for some reason.
That's a whole other crazy world.
The guests are arriving. Dan's dad sees his ex-wife show up, and he like thinks this is like, oh, fucking yes. He's like, I lost a little bit of weight. He's like, I've been going to the gym. Got a new job, I think. I don't know. He's wearing his nice clothes.
He's just doing really well in his door-to-door salesman type thing.
Yeah, he's going to impress the shit out of her, win her back. He's going to win her back, and then she comes rolling in with this guy who has a permatan in fucking November in Lanford.
Well, here's the thing. I don't think Dan's dad wanted her back, because
really?
There was always like...
I kind of got the vibe that he was like...
I mean, he wants her to want him, of course.
Oh, I thought he was just trying to scoop her up, and then all of a sudden, you know, she wasn't available, so he's like, you know what?
This whole thing, this interaction between the two makes it easier later on to deal with the whole, like, she was mentally unwell. He left because he had to make a living for the family, and he couldn't help her, and he tried.
Oh, so...
Like, this whole guilt and...
So the only reason why he was just kind of, like, wooing her is just because maybe he was in a dry spell?
Yeah. And then he started flirting with Crystal.
I kind of thought that was in reaction to seeing Mrs. Dan show up.
Maybe.
That was the vibe I got. Then hold on. Then I started thinking, I don't know if this is getting weird, but let's say Crystal didn't show up. Do you think that Dan would have gravitated towards Jackie?
Oh my god.
And you know what? I feel like she would have gone for it too.
She's such a hot mess at this point, yes.
You know what? That would have been great if there was like, you know what? It's after dinner and they disappear for a little while and they're like, they're all looking for everyone to leave. They're like, where's Jackie? You know, where's Dan's dad? And they open up like the bathroom door and like they're in the throes of passion.
In a 2020 sitcom, that would totally happen.
Oh yeah, for sure. Maybe not so in 1989 small town America, but who knows?
Becky invites her boyfriend over. He's just like that 80s kid you probably saw in like...
Who gets like one scene.
The background of like 20 different things.
Yeah. Like, I'm surprised it wasn't Jonathan Brandis. Oh, I'm going to throw this out there. I didn't even notice that the kids had friends over until like the very end. All of a sudden, like these like strange kids are just saying goodbye and thanking everyone for a meal. I'm like, what?
The one kid was Lonnie, Crystal's kid.
Oh yeah, you're right. Sorry, because I was like, DJ has friends.
He was buddies with Darlene. Like, he disappears when Crystal disappears, too. Like, you know, they could totally bring Lonnie back to the Connors and hook him up with Becky or something.
He's gone. You know what? Lonnie left fucking Lanford. He's gone. He's long gone.
Well, Lonnie is probably wherever Jerry and Andy are.
Non-existent.
Non-existent. Like, they still don't even make mention of the other brother.
Oh. Hold on.
Or Jackie's kid. It's so weird.
New theory. Tying back into the Connors is an alternate reality theory. Roseanne creating the fictionalized sequel to her life. She hates Jerry and Andy. Maybe they just grew up to be like horrible goth teens. And she's like, you're not part of my, you're not part of my fucking novella.
You don't exist for this.
Hold on, I have a question. I have a question for you. The little boy that DJ was playing with, that was Lonnie?
I think so. Yeah, it was just like there's Lonnie. Lonnie is like this weird, like I think he's supposed to be between DJ's age and Darlene's age. So he can play with DJ, but he can play with Darlene too.
I don't think DJ has any lines in this episode, which is great. Great for us.
No, I don't think he does. I think he's just there.
There's one scene at the end after dinner, and they're all like passed out on the couch. And we said it before that DJ's a horrible actor, especially as a child. He can't even like pretend to be like stuffed and laying on a couch. He just looks so fake doing it. Mm-hmm. I don't know. It just everyone else looked natural. Like Dan just looked like he was naturally like stuffed of turkey and cranberry sauce and 11 Miller Lights, and he was passed on the couch. Becky and Darlene, I kind of got the same vibe from them too. But DJ, I don't know. He's like, you don't want me to shout anything right now?
You want me to lay on top of Mr. Goodman? Okay.
Just pretend you have a big stuffed belly. And he couldn't even do that. Couldn't even do it. Sorry, Michael Fishman. You gotta go. Can't believe they brought him back.
Oh, come on now.
Like, you know what?
Rosie adored him.
They could have recasted him with anybody and we would have accepted it. We accepted Sarah Chalk. The superior Becky.
The superior Becky. Okay, so they have dinner, and Jackie reveals that she has become a cop, and the mother freaks out. Bev is freaking out. She's like, what if you get killed or maimed? Or she's like having a whole dramatic, like, over-the-top reaction.
And then they're all calm down, and then she, like, fetches, she throws her keys at Dan, and she's like, Dan, can you go out and get my luggage? Or something like
No, okay. So, like, then after dinner and everything, Audrey, Dan's mom, is going back to the motel with her guy, who, like, did he even have a name?
No, I don't know. I mean, if they did, I don't remember.
Yeah, I don't think he did. He's like that non-existent, not essential. Sorry, dude. Hope this wasn't your big break.
The only thing I remember about you is your permatan.
So, like, dinner's over, things are getting cleared up, Crystal's packing up. Apparently she brought the card table and some chairs, and
oh yeah,
Dan's dad is like, oh yeah, I'm gonna help Crystal, and Dan is like, be careful, like, you know, because he knows that Crystal's vulnerable. They are friends. He gives a damn. And his dad immediately goes, oh, is there something going on between you two?
Whoa, yeah.
And I'm just like, what the hell, man?
Oh, I love it.
Like, why is that your automatic assumption that Dan must be cheating on Roseanne with Crystal?
Is that an upgrade?
I mean, is it?
I don't know.
I don't think it is. I think Crystal's really neurotic.
That is true. I mean, but so is Roseanne.
And then Dan's like, no, we're just friends and I'm worried about her. I don't need her getting, like, mixed up.
You know what? He's going to deal with the consequences. He's going to deal with everything that happens after, because she, like, will come over bawling her eyes out over something, and he has to put up with it. He's trying to have his poker night with the guys.
You know, they leave, and Audrey's leaving, and Bev is like, oh, Dan. She's like, oh, whatever the dad's name is. Give Dan your keys and he can get our bag out of the car. And Dan's like, hold up, bitch, please, what? And Roseanne's like, well, actually, Ma, I was thinking you guys could stay at the motel. And Audrey is like, oh, yeah, that's where we're staying. We can have breakfast in the morning.
Oh, yeah, they can have the continental breakfast. They can have the...
And you can tell Bev is like, oh, hell no.
Yeah.
And she's like immediately making like, oh, your father's getting over the flu. Oh, I hope it's warm. It's like, really, bitch, really?
Yeah, she's like, I always get, she's like, motels are always drafty. I didn't pack my, oh, I guess she has like home bedroom attire and like away bedroom attire. And she didn't pack her away.
Like, wouldn't you have packed your away stuff because you're going away?
Well, I'm taking it as...
She's comfortable enough in Roseanne's, she can wear the rattier nightgown.
Yeah, I don't know, the old tattered one. It's no Kathy Ireland nighty.
Yeah.
Or whoever was big back then.
Stuck at the cat.
Farrah Fawcett nightgown.
Like, Bev is trying to make a stink and guilt Roseanne. And Roseanne's dad is like, let's just go stay at the motel. Like, That's what we should be doing anyways.
Yeah. He's like, this bitch doesn't have enough room for all of us. I mean, we're gonna sleep on this fucking
Yeah, like,
couch with like the broken springs that'd be sticking into our backs.
and the bar in the middle.
Yeah.
Like, come on. If convertible sofa or motel room.
Probably the motel room.
Yeah,
And you get the I don't know, maybe this restaurant attached to it as a bar. Who knows? They
maybe.
could have a nightcap with Audrey and I don't know, George Hamilton. Oh,
So yeah,
wait, hold on. I just realized who he looks like. He kind of looks like Dennis Farina.
if Dennis Farina and George Hamilton were merged and cloned into a person, that's who this guy would be.
Dennis Farina Hamilton.
So yeah, like Bev tries to throw a stink, and like she has to relent because nobody's giving into her bullshit. Roseanne is left with this pile of plates and whatnot.
She's tired.
She's just over it. It's probably only like 8 o'clock at night, but she's just done.
I don't even think it's that late. I think it's like 5 o'clock.
It's like maybe it's like 6:37. Like, cause the thing is with Thanksgiving, you have dinner at like 1 o'clock.
I think it's dark early. It's like dark at 4 o'clock, and then
Yeah.
everyone's like, you know what? It feels like it's midnight. And all right, this was a different time. This was like before like Black Friday, I think, was a thing. So like no one was getting up early in the morning.
I mean, okay, so like Black Friday was a thing, but it wasn't like the insane thing it became. Like I think there were sales, but it wasn't like you had to be up at 4 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, I don't see Roseanne getting up in the morning to go fucking shopping for her shitty kids. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't see. Yeah,
I see her waiting like
Jackie's leaving. She's like, "Oh, do you want help?" And Roseanne's like, "No, I'm gonna deal with this tomorrow." She'll put the leftovers away, but she's not gonna touch the dishes and stuff until tomorrow.
I think Roseanne then makes a comment about like, oh god, I'd trade all these fucking family members in for a dishwasher.
She's like, "Oh, I love them." After she sees them all like flopped out on the couch, she's like, "But I'd trade one of them for a dishwasher."
But back to Roseanne Christmas shopping for her family.
Okay.
She gets like the Christmas bonus paycheck on like December 22nd or something from the plastic factory or the fuck she's working right now.
She's not working at the plastic factory at this point. The plastic factory is done. She and Jackie quit at the same time, and that's when Jackie went and became a cop.
Well, she worked there last year.
Yeah.
So last Christmas, she got her fucking bonus check on the 22nd from John R. Plastic, Booker Plastic.
Wellman's Plastic.
I can remember the name of it. Sorry. And the 22nd, she went and cashed that thing down at the Lanford Savings and Loan. She got, I don't know, like $300. That day, she just rolled into the fucking department store and she just got whatever that $300 could buy, and that was her Christmas shopping for the family.
Yeah.
She left the kids' list at home. She didn't even bring it with her.
I definitely don't feel like Dan and Roseanne have like the Christmas club savings.
Oh no, fuck no.
They're definitely just like, oh hey, this is what we got.
Yeah, we get Willman's bonus check every year.
Let's get Becky that new like George Michael cassette.
DJ just gets whatever fucking like Clarence toy.
We'll get Darlene a new basketball. We'll get DJ these Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, whichever ones we can find.
She gets him his third Leonardo.
Poor Leonardo.
All right, we're gonna ask the very all-important question. On a scale of 1 out of 5, we're gonna go with 1 out of 5 dented cranberry sauce cans. How many cans of dented cranberry sauce would you rate this episode? Oh, hold on. Are we gonna get a rare cat 5? Did we knock it out of the park? Blowing things away? Are we gonna get a middle ground?
I'm gonna give this a 4.
Whoa, okay, all right.
It's like very classic, basic. It doesn't get over the top.
Yes.
Like later episodes. But my absolute favorite Roseanne Thanksgiving, I think, is from the original final season.
Okay.
Where they're millionaires and Bev accidentally outs herself at the dinner table.
Oh, yes. We'll work up to it. You know what? Maybe we'll have a new Thanksgiving tradition. We'll just go through the Roseanne turkey days. All right. My rating. I'm also going to give this a 4. You know what? I enjoyed the episode. It was very fun. It was very, it was funny, but it was also dramatic. It kind of had that, like, signature Roseanne drama that it's known for.
Yeah.
Where it just turns these seemingly mundane familial situations and just kind of turns it into, I don't know, white trash cinema.
Yeah.
It made me want to watch like 11 more episodes.
Yeah.
Just kind of ride the season out and see how season 2 ends, because I don't know. I just watched a lot of this show in syndication over the years, so like you don't see a lot of it in order.
And like you don't really understand the order until
Later on, yeah. I was a lot older. I was like, the show was like ending when I realized like, oh, there's like a sequential order to this.
especially like later on when they do the whole stuff with like Jackie and Fisher and
Oh yeah, and her kid,
like
Andy, who's never
yeah,
mentioned again.
Andy who just disappears. Like seriously, that okay, that really actually kind of like drives me crazy when I'm watching the new series. Is that they have a younger brother. He was born before the whole like millionaire thing, so it's like he existed. And they have a cousin, and neither of them are like ever mentioned. Like Jackie's always like, "Oh, I'm all alone in the world." It's like, where the hell is your kid?
I don't know.
What happened to Andy?
I kind of like that. I kind of like that theory that they were shitty teens, shitty goth teens, and I don't know. Roseanne and Jackie were like, you know what? You're done. We're writing you out.
Oh, that could be it.
Who knows? All right. I'm excited for next week. We're venturing into hot new territory for the podcast. We're going into a brave new world, but it's still Thanksgiving related.
I don't have my list in front of me, and I have like completely forgotten what we're doing.
All right. I'm gonna ask a question. Is this the first time we're ever doing a WB show? No, it was Buffy the Vampire Slayer. I'm sorry. We've done a WB show before. Very rarely do we do a WB show, but it's happening.
What the hell WB show are we doing?
All right, we're doing a series. It was about a girl. She fell in love with her high school classmate.
Oh. Okay.
She
Sorry, I forgot. Forgive me.
She followed him across the country, and then like literally forgot about him immediately.
Because she's a
Yeah.
stalker.
The show was on for what, like 4 hot seasons? We get like 4 hot years of this series.
Yeah,
And then,
4 or 5 years, something like ridiculous like that.
and then in its final season, for a Thanksgiving episode,
I don't know if that's just this episode or what.
they decide to do like a weird alternate universe aspect of the show.
No, I think it's like the whole, like, there's some weird, I don't know. It's one of those weird J.J. Abrams things he did.
It's been a while. I thought it was just, they kind of like do a what if scenarios for like the last.
Yeah, there's some, like, what if scenario somewhere, and there's witchcraft, and I don't know. I just remember, for some reason, I've seen this episode.
All right, so next week we're doing, for the first time ever, Kerry Russell, Scott Speedman, Amy Jo Johnson, Greg Grunberg, and J.J. Abrams, Felicity. I just like really ramped that up. It's really not that exciting, but I don't know.
Wait till I start talking about Carrie's past as a member of the MMC.
Oh, we'll get into it. We'll get into it all. And we'll also talk about, maybe we'll talk about her on The Americans. Maybe we'll talk about, has she ever been in any movies?
Waitress.
Oh, she's in like one of the Mission Impossibles. Oh yeah, in Mission Impossible. And we get to talk about Greg Grunberg being in every single J.J. Abrams production.
Dude, okay. Because of the show we did in the last episode, George and Leo, I have gone down this YouTube rabbit hole of Jason Bateman one season wonders. And there is a show that was supposed to air on NBC, but they canceled it before it even aired.
Ooh.
Starring Jason Bateman and Greg Grunberg. And like they aired it on Bravo at some point.
Was it a comedy or like a drama?
It was a comedy. It had like Nikki Cox in it.
Ooh. So this must be post Las Vegas then, if it had Nikki.
No.
Ooh, this is before Las Vegas? Because I feel like
I would say, I want to say it's right around the same time as, like, right before Las Vegas.
Okay, because I feel like that.
Because it's post Arrested Development.
I feel like the Nikki Cox timeline is Unhappily Ever After, the Nikki Cox like starring sitcom she had, then Las Vegas, then she just disappeared. She just like faded away.
Well, you forgot before Unhappily Ever After there was General Hospital.
Oh, I never fucking knew she was on that show, so sorry. My apologies. And hold on. We got an answer to the question.
Yes.
That we asked earlier in the episode. Was Chad Michael Murray on Riverdale? And the answer I received was yes. He played Edgar Never Ever,
I told you.
a cult leader. That was his name? Never ever?
Yes.
What?
It's Riverdale. They have a drug that looks like pixie sticks called Jingle Jangle.
I know. That's a lot. That's like
And another drug that's like Pop Rocks.
literally the last episode of Riverdale I ever saw was like a jingle. What's it called? Jingle Jangle.
Yeah, Jingle Jangle.
It was a Jingle Jangle episode. And I was like, I'm out. I'm fucking done. Like I'm quitting this show.
The last episode I watched was the one where Chad Michael Murray tried to ride the rocket in an Evil Knievel suit off the planet.
Ooh, off the planet? What?
Yeah, like, dude, he thought he... Dude, I can't explain Riverdale. There is no way to successfully explain Riverdale without seeming like you're insane.
All right. Well, you know what? I got a weekend project. I'm gonna watch all like 4 seasons of Riverdale, and I'll report back to you during the Felicity episode. We'll get to the bottom of it. All right. Where can you follow our adventures? Cat also the author. Where can you follow us?
You can follow us on Twitter at Fairy Podcast. You can follow us on Instagram, Facebook, Tumblr at A Very Special Podcast. Don't accept invitations. You can find us pretty much anywhere where you listen to podcasts. You have found us somehow, so subscribe, rate us, review us, all that good stuff. Support us on Patreon so we can bring you more ridiculous content.
Yeah, listen to all our bonus eps. You can listen to our movie night pod. You can listen to our commercial corners, our bonus booze, and some other fun stuff. And as always, girl, as always,
Bye!
watch the skies for Chad Michael Murray in an Evil Knievel jumpsuit leaving the planet on a rocket ship? What?